Buddy, this is the year one team, and we're going to be demoing the universal grave that we specifically built for the Lukso hackathon. So, as you all know, one of the big problems in the blockchain space on both Ethereum and L2s is the problem of spam. Currently, within existing blockchain ecosystems, users don't have the ability to opt out of receiving assets, and oftentimes, prominent wallets just get spammed with transactions, with NFTs, with fungible tokens, and there's no way to control it. So, if you look at prominent wallets, you'll often see large amount of spam in their holdings. These can be meme tokens, these can be scams trying to get attention, and it's honestly a really annoying problem. It's also present in NFT marketplaces and other areas of the blockchain space. And there's not a lot of good solutions for this. But thankfully, for the Lukso ecosystem, the LSP0 universal profile, and in conjunction with the LSP1 standard, which is the universal receiver delegate standard, you can now build applications where users can opt out of receiving particular assets. And that is exactly what we built with the Grave. So we call it the Universal Grave, short for the global reserve for abandoned virtual entities. We like to think of this product as a spambox for digital assets. And we've used a bunch of Lukso standards here to build this. We used the universal profile. We used the receiver delegates, setting them specifically for LSP7 and LSP8 receipts of assets. We also use the key manager for setting some of the permissions, and I will guide you now through the flow of the app. So users can just connect their wallet. So I'll use my universal profile to connect. You first get to a sign-in screen, and here I'm going to select my profile, and now go ahead and start the flow of getting my own Grave spambox. So the first transaction here that you will see is one for getting additional permissions necessary to set up such a forwarder, specifically the permissions around notifications and automation. So I'll go ahead and click through this. And we've built this pretty neat integration into tracking the user's actions and transactions. So now you see that my first transaction is completed. The first step is lit up, and I'm going through the stepper. Now I'm deploying the actual spambox, which utilizes the LSP9 standard, the Lukso Vault. So I've deployed a vault. You can see its address here, and it's continuing on with the next transaction, which is linking this vault to the special forwarders that we're going to attach to the incoming assets to the up profile. So now that's been linked. Going on to the next transaction. So out of the box, the vault doesn't come with asset tracking. So right now, what this last transaction did is we attached a special universal receiver delegate for the vault, and that universal receiver delegate is able to take accounting of incoming and outgoing assets when it comes to the vault. And now finally, we're going to, as the last step, direct and forward unwanted LSP7 and LSP8 assets to the vault. And when I say unwanted, I mean assets that we haven't explicitly whitelisted to accept. So now these assets will be directed to the vault after I complete the step as the last step in the flow to minimize any unforeseen issues, like if the user forgoes doing the rest of the transactions. And now you can see that the vault is empty for LSP7 assets, so the graveyard is empty. And we're going to go ahead and mint some assets to the up profile, which is the universal profile that's connected to the Grave app. And because these assets are not whitelisted now that we're minting, they're going to get directed to the vault. Doing this with an EOA, because I deployed these assets with an EOA locally, so it was just simpler. Now we'll see this transaction complete. So it seems like our notifier fired. And now when we refresh the vault, we should see the asset in the vault. Yep, there we go. So yeah, the Grave, we called the token the Grave Wolves, made it into the vault. And you also see here the ability to revive these tokens, meaning by clicking this, there's going to be two transactions. One you whitelisted, another, and then the other transaction transfers the tokens from. Okay, so we got some notifications about received tokens. Let me just refresh one more time to make sure we didn't miss anything. And now we're going to go ahead and revive these tokens. So if I go to my wallet in the Universal Profile app, you'll see that I only have 6 assets here. Now once I revive, so if I go ahead and revive these tokens, I should, yeah, they basically get whitelisted to the forwarder and transferred out of the Grave back to the up. And so the first transaction was the whitelisting, and the second transaction is the transfer. This could all be improved, of course, if there's some sort of community curated whitelist, or the user subscribed to some sort of whitelist in addition to having their own. So if I refresh this profile now, you see now that the revived LSP7 shows up. So yes, there's a lot of exciting things possible here. We're also working on LSP8 assets. Not a lot of time to show you guys how that works, but same idea. Um, really excited about the opportunity to kind of bring curation to the chain through Lukso, through these kind of tools that have helped fight spam and also build reputation for projects. Thank you.